Alrighty, everyone, we are like one, and I do mean one quest away from getting a bike, and then we're gonna stop doing quests and we're gonna start exploring and working on crafting and just not doing quests anymore. Quests are boring. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them all. I killed them all. And then Padme gets surprisingly into that, or something. However the memes go. Just use this. I don't care. Anything else I want on my menu? No. Anything to make? Juice? Yucca juice ain't great. I thought I got enough to make, bacon and eggs. I guess not. Oh well. You know, I thought I was gonna be able to make something interesting. Anyways, we got this 50% stamina regen. It should get us that, distance much quicker. I can't believe I have 3 of these already. They're real good. Anyways. Anything else in my inventory I care about? No? Okay. Perfect. Alright, where are we going? Over there. Grandma's house. You know, despite watching Dora the Explorer a fair amount as a young kid, I never learned Spanish. I know the basics, obviously. Hola, no, hablo español, el sofa, and that's about the extent of it. That's the extent. I know more Dutch. I know more like Dutch German than I do. I can't speak it, but like I can recognize it at least. Mainly because there's a huge amount of cross. Wow. Man, that place had a bad day. But anyways, just because there's a whole amount of crossover between Dutch, German, English, since they're basically right beside each other. Anyways, we're getting some distance. We're gonna make that 5 minutes of 50% stamina recovery really work for us. Man, that iced coffee is good. Oh, speaking of which, there is a, so me and my wife realized how much money we were spending at Starbucks again, and it was an embarrassing amount. So we're now, okay, so I know Nespresso isn't cheap, but it's cheaper than Starbucks, and we already have the machine. Anyways, I bought a whole bunch, and I also know it's not good for the environment, I know. But guess what? The environment's dead. Nothing you or I can ever do about that will fix it. No individual can fix it. It's got to be at the top on the nation level, because it's oil companies, they're gonna undo anything good you do. Anyways, enjoy the world while it lasts. It's not gonna be forever. Sorry for that side tangent, but anyways, I bought they have a special one. I can't remember what it's called offhandedly, but it's specifically meant for making iced coffee, and it's really good actually. Me and my wife like to mix like a spoonful of condensed milk and some heavy cream into it and kind of make not quite a macchiato, but it's got a similar idea to a macchiato, and it's really, really good with that. Ooh. Don't interrupt me when I'm looting. Wow, they just don't stand a chance now. Anyways, I can probably break this thing. I can probably break this thing open before they get through. Always gotta try at the bottom. Some of them are sneaky like that. I don't think I went all the way to the top over here. Oh! Ooh, that was really close. Okay, it's further that way. Ooh, this one's like super hard. I think I went right here. Perfect. That was a good haul. In fact, almost all of my money has come from ATMs, if I'm not mistaken. I've gotten a little bit from other things, but it's been like 80%, La Spank, really? The Spank, huh? I can only imagine what they sell. Cloud 77. Nothing I'm seeing that I care about. I wonder if Zip Arcade would... Ooh, a newsstand. I bet they have magazines. That's something I always get nostalgic for when I go to, when me and my wife go to New York. You know, they have the newsstands and the newsstands and the, Brain. Brain, you need to brain harder. Brain the chicken! Anyways, it's really nice to see that, because you see it in so many TV shows, but most cities just straight up don't have anything like that. Anyways. We're just gonna outrun you. I don't feel like fighting you. Wow, this is a big city here. This is nice. You could use... Is Yuka a real thing? Genuinely, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Wow, this is a really nice city. This is pretty cool. Fish Hong Tower, Joe Bros Builders. Ooh, these are probably some pretty crazy ones. I'm getting a little bit of lag, but after it all buffers in, it should be fine. Anyways, I want AI, but other than the few friendly AIs around the trader, I haven't really seen much that in that way. Like, I flipped on a couple of the AI ones, and I'm pretty sure I made sure to include ones that have hostile NPCs. So there's definitely hostile NPCs somewhere on this map, we just gotta find them. Wow, that really jumped there. Anyways. Brain fart. Ooh, yes please. Uh-huh. Soda drinking fountain. Yeah, sure, I'll loot that real quick since it's right there. And now we'll reset. You were trying so hard. You were failing so hard. And now you're in the bathroom again because you were magically resurrected. It's a miracle! Praise zombie Jesus! What is this again? A fetch or a kill? Yeah, this is a fetch. Wow, this is a big one too. Like, this is probably the single biggest area I've ever had a fetch quest in. That's pretty cool. The game is clearly a little bit struggling with it too, but I'm liking this. It's probably just gonna be out in the open or in the first building I see, no middle ground. Huh? Ooh, that's a twist. And I brought my shovel. I wonder if it's like, there's a structure down there, or if there's a, you know what? Screw you two. Huh? I know, I've just attracted every zombie in the area to me, I don't care. 17, that's a long way to go. You're getting fisted. Ooh! I accept your apology. Anyone else? You piece. We're family friendly here from this moment on. Ignore all the awful things I've said before this. Oh, is there a tunnel down there or something? Do I have anything that makes my stamina regenerate quicker? Oh, okay. What in the hell? That felt a little glitchy, but whatever. Come on. Yeah, wait, do I have another point yet? I do. Sprinter, max running speed increase, that's nice. Increase the stamina regen by 4%, that's nice. Max stamina increased. Efficiency, lose less stamina. I feel like I want that one, and I want this one. And then I'll also get the other one too, just because it sounds like it's gonna be good. Alright, there we go. I think I just cut to the end. No, it's actually just... Ooh, shoot! Why is there a dog down here? Well, that's random. Why is there just a dog underground in a park in the city? Anyways, that was something. Oh, I'm out. Crap. Oh. It was just... And now I have to run all that way back, but now I don't have the, stamina buff, but hey, whatever. I got the other stuff. Do I have a vitamin anywhere? I know I have painkillers, but... yeah, we'll use this. Why not? We'll definitely use these. Whew. By the way, if anyone has any advice on settings to make the game harder without just making the zombies bullet sponges or unending hordes, that'd be great, because I feel like the game's not... The game's in a weird place for difficulty. When you get completely overwhelmed by a horde, it can feel real like bull. Because, I mean, like, they only killed you because your DPS wasn't high enough. It was just a DPS check. But on the other hand, like, if you just increase individual zombies' HP to make each random one stronger or harder to kill, then that's also not fun. But on the other hand, I don't know. Maybe more damage might be the answer. I don't know. Because, like, with more damage, you do make them more dangerous. Actually, that might be an interesting way to go. Like, make them really easy to kill, but if you do get hit, you take a lot of damage. That could be more challenging, but also not, like, annoying. I don't know. I'd have to play around with that some. Excellent. That was a lot of magazines. I always love getting a lot of magazines. Chicken! Chicken! That was a sneak attack? I don't think it was. I really don't think it was. Anyway, ooh, wow, that's a whole cathedral there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Cathedral of the Fallen. That's a shame it doesn't have its roof, or that'd be a really cool base. That'd be a really, really cool base. Anyways, oh well. Sip coffee. I'm seeing I'm seeing some really cool poise. The poise are definitely where this game shines. Like, not just in the base, not just in mods, but oh, crack a book. Exactly what we needed. Not just in mods either. Like in like the base game, poise. Like, there's so many amazing poise in this game, and then the mods only even make it better. Like this, like in a lot of games, like say Skyrim, you can usually feel it when it's a user-generated it's a user-generated dungeon or something, because there's always these little things that wouldn't be in the base game. But in this game, like, they just something about the way the game is just makes poise so easy to blend. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but I know what I mean. I know what I mean. If you know what I mean, if you don't know what I mean, I know what I mean. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just rambling to fill dead air at this moment. I didn't have anything better to say. It's a cracker book. What do you want out of me? I'm gonna loot every inch of it. That's all there is to it. Hey, did that zombie rock? No, it's just got bright yellow pants to make me think he might have. Anyways, so they were still selling books well into the apocalypse, I guess. Alrighty. Are you ready for books? It's Reading Rainbow, now with 100% more murder. I remember that being a good show, but also, like, I was at that point where I was stupid and a lot of the shows I watched weren't that good because they were children's shows and they were low production value slop they just generated for children. God, that got much worse, didn't it? Like, the worst stuff from when I was a kid is leagues above the worst stuff that is around now. We all remember Spider-Man murdering Elsa on the children's stuff or some crap like that. Well, I mean, maybe you don't know, or maybe you never knew, or something. I guess that's always a possibility. But yeah, there was some wild and weird stuff, and it's only gotten worse with AI on YouTube for children, which is really an oxymoron because I don't think children should be on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know I say that as someone who was introduced to YouTube at a very young age. It definitely actually helped my development. Like, I would not be the person I am today if I hadn't been, like, into the internet from a young age. But I also know a lot of people don't have that experience and it does not help them develop. So, like, I'm always really mixed on that because, like, I would not be the person I am today. I probably wouldn't be married to my wife. I probably wouldn't know all the things I know. I wouldn't be so successful. You get the idea. But on the other hand, it definitely ruins some kids. Can't deny that. Definitely ruins some kids. And there's just finding that right mix. And I mean, obviously parents need to be more involved with that and figure out which one your kid is. And also some general oversight, because, you know, child predators and all that. Yeah. This is actually the biggest cracker book I've ever been in, I think. It's huge. there's a Barnes and Nobles near me. Literally, the first off, it's way more expensive than just buying the books anywhere else, so that's one thing to note. But anyways, I love to go into it because it has a Starbucks in there, and I don't think it's a real Starbucks. I think it's just a serves Starbucks coffee kind of thing. Anyways, I love to go in and just look at books and drink some coffee and so forth, and then I never buy anything because it's too expensive. Like, they've had a few Warhammer books I was interested in, but I was able to get them cheaper basically anywhere else. Oh, by the way, my friendship with Star Wars ended. Warhammer is my new friend. Yeah, it's just I love Star Wars, and I mean I still love Star Wars. I just don't love a lot of what Disney has done with Star Wars. They have a few good ones. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna steal credit from them. There are a few good Disney Star Wars things, but for the most part, anything that with the expanded universe just makes me sad. Like I was literally hundreds of books deep into the expanded universe. I have a bookshelf. It's not right now, but at one point it was literally organized by chronology. Yeah, I was really into that, and then they took that away from me. I will never forgive them. Scrap. I'm starting to get into the point where I can scrap some of these. That's good. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna start getting some good, wow. That was a lot of books. But anyways, I think I'm finally starting to get to the point where I'm going to get to the good, brain, brain, don't fail me. That's where the good stuff is. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I just blanked out. Yeah. So anyways, Warhammer's my new friend. Like, it's genuinely pretty good, honestly. Like, it's a lot less hopeful than Star Wars, but like, it's got that same huge universe, lots of books to read, video games thing going on. You know how it is. And yeah, I've been enjoying Warhammer quite a bit. Is it necessarily? It's definitely not for everyone. Like, I could genuinely recommend Star Wars to most people, and I think they'd find something good for them. I don't know if the same is true of Warhammer. I don't know how I would ever get my wife into Warhammer. Of course, I also don't know how to get my wife into this game. I don't think it'd be her taste. She she's she doesn't even really like Minecraft as an example. She's kind of into Luigi's Mansion, but she's not good at it. And this isn't me being insulting. Like, whenever she gets stuck, she just makes me play the rest of the level. So when I say she's not that good at it, I mean like she literally can't beat some levels, which is wild to me because like that game is. I don't want to make it sound bad, but that game is for children. It's not a high level of difficulty. Not to say that, but also like the average child probably does have more video game experience than she does. It's really funny too, because I don't know how my wife did it. She just never got into video games or a lot of media, despite the fact like in this like that's definitely like I get it used to be a lot more segregated than it is now, but that's been different for a long time, a very long time. Like my colleague, one of my colleagues, she's super into video games. She's like 40. Everyone's into video games. How were you not into video games? You know what I mean? Obviously, you guys are all gonna be like, yeah, how? Like, video games are life, right? Anyways, I get I'm kind of preaching to a choir here. Sometimes the spacing feels a little off, and I don't know. I think that's just part of the base game, though, because I feel like that happens in the base game, too. I think it's also just the zombies have a unexpectedly long range, so it's just how the zombies are. You just sometimes are a little further out to be careful than you need to be, and yeah, you get you get what I'm putting down. You get what I'm putting down. No, you don't. You have no idea what I'm putting down. I don't know. Maybe I'll poo. Maybe I'll just have a poo. I'll put down some poo. Pooh Bear, that is. That was one of my favorite books as a kid. If I ever have a kid, I'm gonna make him read that book. I'm gonna make my kids read. There's not gonna be any of this iPad crap. Although I always wonder if I kind of have to wonder if the whole crisis of iPad babies is overstated, because like, Okay, so I know the whole thing about you can't take a small sample size, but every kid in my neighborhood plays outside on the streets with balls. I worry about running them over whenever I come. In fact, so there's a Y section, and both sides of the Y section will lead to my cul-de-sac. I take the one the kids aren't on, because I'm afraid I'm going to run them over and get charged with murder and ruin my life. So I just take the other one. It takes like 20 seconds longer. But on the other hand, no dead kids. You know, you take the wins you can. Shoot, you guys took some beating. You took a beating there. I'm not gonna waste my lockpicks on that. Was kind of funny. This was actually really good loot. Like, even besides the books, there was some pretty good stuff in here. That was a nice little treat. Cracker books are always a nice little treat. Scrap that. I don't really. I guess I'll just eat this to get rid of it. Scrap that. We want to run as fast as we can. WD-40. What is this even used for? A lot. It's used for a lot. Okay, that's great. Let's scrap this into its subcomponent, just because I know we need paint, but I don't want to carry all these around. Scrap this too. Yeah, we're never gonna run out of cloth as long as we keep getting those, I guess. Potato seeds we don't care about. Alright, we should be pretty fast now. Not like super fast, but decently fast. The only problem with the lockpick is the way it just kind of comes up. Sometimes you, like, just instinctually hit something and then it just comes up. Where was I going again? Ah, here we go. Man, that Cracker book was amazing. Loved it. Winning! I have not watched the Charlie Sheen documentary. I need to watch that. I hear it's kind of wild. Which, you know, given it's Charlie Sheen, go figure, right? That guy, he went off the deep end. Anyways. 600 meters of running. That's a long way. Gotta stay hydrated. Ew. Don't talk to me or my fist ever again. Wow, I went the entirely wrong way with that. No. No, don't talk to me or my fist. Berg Cannier? Oh, they're like a themed restaurant with... They're a pirate-themed restaurant, I get it. Berg Cannier. I don't go to a lot of themed restaurants, but sometimes they can be fun. I remember when I was in Universal really enjoying Bubba Gump's Shrimp. Like, I've only ever, it's, from... God, what is that movie called? Shoot. It's an American classic movie. Forrest Gump. Anyways, I, really enjoyed that, actually. Like, the theming, there's trivia you can do if you want to. I wasn't into doing the trivia, but, it was cool. By the way, these things right here are amazing. They need to be everywhere. These need to be everywhere. They make cities so much better. Like, when I was over in Asia, they have those everywhere. And they have a few down near Disneyland, I know, and you don't really need them in New York because of the way New York is set up. Pedestrians kind of rule. Well, they don't rule, but they rule more than in most areas. Around here, cars rule. In New York, I mean, cars still kind of rule because they're 3,000 pounds and whatever a car weighs and will kill you. But, you know, there's a certain strength in numbers. And also pulling the driver out and beating them if they run into you. There is certainly a strength to that. It's a quiet strength, a noble strength, a New York strength. When they talk about New York strong, that's what they mean. Getting hit by a car and then beating up the driver. Anyways. We're planning at least one more trip to New York after this one, because, we're kind of in the we're kind of like near the middle of Manhattan again, because that's where all the stuff we're interested in this time is. But we want to go to like a south of Manhattan, and there's also like a Filipino town that my wife wants to visit because they're supposed to have good, cheap Filipino food. So we'll get to that eventually too. Yep. Recently, my wife pointed out while there's a ton of Filipino towns, there's a ton of Chinatowns, there's a ton of like little Brazils and all that stuff. I just wanted to throw a non-Asian example in there. There is very few like little Tokyos. I mean, I'm sure there's some in some cities, but yeah, which is kind of annoying. I would like to be able to get good Japanese food in a singular place in cities instead of having it be just kind of spread out.
Sart,
Bike,
congratulations. I can make my payment
Bobcat
every week
drill,
now.
sniper. Honestly, let's just take the sniper. Bike. God, could you imagine taking anything but the bicycle?
Asking
Really?
again? Yeah,
Anything else
still
before I
no.
abandon you forever? Scrapping, sniper, bolt fed. That sounds really strong, but also it sounds really dumb. Know what I mean? All right, let's just real quick see if we already have the wrench. I'm not seeing anything I super care about. Hitman gloves, fuel use down, Ada Wong choker bartering. Maybe if I'd gotten it earlier, melee weapons, whatever. XP gain, interesting, but no. The nerd set's kind of really dumb. I hate how gamey it is.
A puppy
Alright,
knows
whatever,
might have
bye
what you're
forever.
looking for.
I'm gonna go back to my base and I'm gonna start making forges and stuff, and we're just gonna... We're not gonna do quest. I do quest too much and quests are boring. Ma'am, do not point that gun at me. Nancy. This is what I expect from a Nancy. Bet she's a Nancy Drew. I don't have anything against people named Nancy, I just thought that was funny to complain about Nancy. Alright, I think this is going to be my 5th episode, so I need to record at least one more, and then I'll switch over to non-zero chance of dicks. So if you watch Super Eye Patch Wolf, he also played, and that's why I want to play it, but he also played the Fear and Hunger, and he he always would start his streams with by saying non-zero chance of dick, because you have to use a mod to remove the dicks. They're grotesque and awful. Anyways. How did you get in here? Interesting. Also, that's a little over the top. Okay, it stopped. How'd you guys get in here? This is my base. How'd you get in my house? How'd you get in my house? Anyways, forge. Because look at all the cool guns we can make already. We need a wood log. It's weird that you need one of those. They're so insignificant. Tape. Duct. Tape. Ooh, we have a lot of glue, actually. Perfect, perfect. Aw, my dog's so cute when he's sleeping at my feet. I wish he was sleeping last night. Anyways, forge craft, workbench. Shoot. Shootin', shootin', shooty, shootin', 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 shooty, shoot, 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 shoot. Shoot and a shoot and a shoot, shoot, shoot. Well, I guess we know what we're looking for at least. Drop all this stuff in there, drop all this stuff in here. Drop all this stuff in here. Drop all this stuff in here. Drop all this stuff over here. And, we still have too much crap, so I guess drop this stuff over here. This can go here. If that fell through the world, I would cry and cheat in a new one. We'll probably just sell these. They're kind of not doing anything for us. We'll burn these. We'll use this. We'll hold on to these. We'll put these over here. We'll drop that somewhere. Alright. And then we'll dump this. Well, we'll sell this at a merchant at some point. Really? I had to have had that somewhere. But anyways. Bacon and eggs. We can finally make an absolute crap ton of bacon and eggs. Snowboard? Okay. I don't think I'm gonna make a snowboard, but okay. Fire roasted pumpkin seeds. I'll make them once just to see. Pumpkin, cornmeal, clean water. Uh-huh. Alright, don't really care about any of that. Questionable to make animal fat out of rotting flesh, but technically I think that's fine. My dog wants out, so I'm gonna let her out real quick. Come on, let's go. Go, go, go. Come on. You want out too? There you go. Good boy. By the way, if you ever get an Australian cattle dog, they're super needy. They're very clingy. They love you and they want to be near you at all times. Anyways, could make more cornbread, I guess, but I don't really have a lot of clean water, so. Not a lot of distant. How do I make clean water? I just need an empty jar and presumably. Oh, wait, 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 wait. There was, I don't know. I don't care. I don't need it. I don't care. If I don't need it, I don't care. Alrighty, we're pretty set to go. Um, oh yeah, I should probably put some stuff into my forge real quick. Let's see, what do we want for our forge? Actually, what can we craft right now? Anything I can craft that I care about. I mean, more wood storage wouldn't be the worst thing. Nothing in here matters. No, no, no. Bone knife, eh. Can grenade. Actually, that's kind of cool. I wouldn't make it, but it's kind of cool. What is this? Improvised pistol? Weapon type. Literally, it's literally a weapon type shitty. Anyways, no, no. I make weapon type good? No, I need a workbench for all the good stuff. Yeah, we'll just do this, why not? Uh-huh. Alright, we're completely gated by that damn workbench again, what do you know? Alright everyone, like, comment, subscribe, I'll see you on the next one, bye!